for good.
Right.
Well, that you know what, I had. He was a friend. He was a weird friend when I was a kid. And we would play fight, and I learned real quick from this friend. Let's call him that. That the first thing I had to do was protect my nuts because if I didn't do that, he would kick me in them.
Shit.
That's an interesting lesson.
But that's kind of what this world is kind of teaching us. Unless you protect your balls, you're going to get them kicked, honey. So,
Well, and it's
Yeah,
like
if I was you, I'd have been getting me a cup.
it's just like the famous quote that Trump recited a couple times about silly woman, you knew I was a snake before you picked me up. That whole parable or whatever.
Yeah, remember, Trump told that parable. Yes.
oh yeah, that sneaky snake. Did he repeal the Patriot Act? Did that happen?
No.
No.
I was on that.
Nope.
Yeah, I was on that panel when I told you to pull up that picture of Trump. And that Mario is a Goomba. It's a snake.
Goomba. I love that term.
Right. What's it called? That's a lizard man, a demon that done took on a humanoid corporeal form, man. Like that's what I'm saying. They bend the light spectrum, man.
I never knew what Goomba meant. I just knew that the Italians in New York used to say it. He's Goomba.
I feel sorry for anybody that follows that creature, man. I'm thinking to myself, how does this? But then again, I know what it is. I'm thinking to myself, why do people still follow this nonsense? I'm just on the sideline looking like this stuff is it makes no sense. Like it's comical. Like people believe this nonsense.
In some sense,
on the same bird.
He's
Fuck
the
'em
lesser.
both.
He's the lesser of two evils, for one.
He's the douche. Trump, the douche with a shit sandwich, and then the douche is better because at least it's a cleaning product.
Yep, that's about it.
Yeah.
He's going to give you cheaper gas and less immigrants. There you go.
I keep seeing people post about that, man. Talking about when he was president, when this creature was president, cheaper gas and prices on groceries. I'm thinking to myself, these presidents don't control anything. They don't have any power. They just presidents incorporated.
But it's going to placate us for a little while longer, right? While they put their systems in place.
Yeah,
it's distraction. It's all distraction.
Yeah,
Right.
This is what I said last time was that if Harris gets in, the war will go internal, and if Trump gets in, the war will go external. That's what I think. That's the only difference. Yeah.
I think it's external and internal at all times.
No, I think they're going to give us 4 years of peace so that we calm down.
They're going to unveil an antichrist because if you look at the solar flare that just happened in April, X marks the spot, and then that's the antichrist symbol because symbology is going to be their downfall. Because if you look at that X, it's an antichrist symbol. So this is the 7-year tribulation we're in. So yeah, it's going to be 4 years. It's going to be 4 years of peace, and then they're gonna bring this whole system is an antichrist system. But I'm saying they're going to unveil it's going to be like somebody on the world stage that everyone's going to be following. They're going to be giving out checks. It's kind of like 2018 on steroids. They're going to be giving people hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's kind of happening, and yeah. Right now, apparently, if you're a new immigrant, you can get a grant for $150,000 for a down payment on a house.
Yeah, I seen that, man. That's a slap in the face. That's a slap in the face.
It absolutely. But I did look at the financial guys about that, and they said that would instantly create another 2008 housing crisis. There's no way in hell anyone in the right mind would actually follow through with that. It'll crash the market again.
Right. Yeah, of course it will.
Well, these new immigrants, are they getting jobs when they get over here? Because how you gonna make house payments? You ain't got no job. How you gonna qualify and pay for even for income? You know what I mean?
Good question.
Income
I have no
requirement.
idea.
Well, if you're getting
Well, they're
paid
getting
$2,000, yeah, you're getting welfare $2,000 a month.
Damn,
Yeah, but
man.
that ain't gonna buy you no house.
That's sadistic.
I used to
And
make 2,000 working a full-time job, and I couldn't
Well,
get a loan.
they also get interest-free loans, eh? So they get
Yes.
150,000, and you get an interest-free loan.
this will let you know that those ain't really immigrants because
Mhm.
these are paid missionaries. So
Well, they are military. They are paid to be
if
here.
I'm fighting a proxy war and I'm bringing all these so-called immigrants in, of course I'm going to make sure they're fed, they're housed, they're taken care of because we're in the midst of a proxy war.
Yep.
It's not a shooting war right now; it's a proxy war.
No, they're
Yes.
all in their 20s and 30s, and they're men.
I just have to stop for a second and say, Dean, good to see you. I want to let you know that I am on subscriber mode. So if you don't see anything in chat or yourself, that's why. Just protection of the channel these days. But yeah, please sub up and come up.
Oh, I shared out your broadcast. on
Oh,
my
thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to make you blue, but I can't see you myself because you're, yeah, that's what the thing does. Okay. Hey. Oh, yeah, we've got a few coming in. Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Jargo Smith. This is new.
Hey, Jargo. Been a while.
Yeah, you're blue, so you must have been back a while.
Yeah, Jargo's a regular. Just hasn't been around for a while.
He said UK is full of immigrants. So this is not only happening over here on Tamari or Turtle Island. It's happening over there in the UK, everywhere else.
Oh, yeah,
UK is,
every Western society.
Yeah.
The UK is a powder
Everywhere.
keg right now.
Yeah, the only places it isn't happening is like Asian countries and Islamic countries or Muslim countries.
But I ask myself, who's the real immigrants here? Who's the real foreigners? They reside in DC. That's a 10 square mile radius. Those are the real foreigners. They don't belong here. Man, they don't even the land, let alone the land. They don't even belong on this planet in this realm.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I'd love to take them out. You know, of whatever. Like I said, it'll take about 500 of them or so at the top there in Congress and the Senate. There's 500 people. Just get them out of there and start something. Even if it's worse at this point, at least it's going to be a different one, a different worse. That's all I have to say.
Well, the
Sorry, I didn't-
system as it is needs to come down, and we need to rebuild it the way it should have been built in the first place. For the people. By the people.
Right. When they say we the people, because I say this all the time, the United States Constitution is a contract. So we seeing the expiration of a contract. So this is why their system is collapsing. This is why they're trying to implement a new system that's going to be a full-blown Orwellian type of state. We already live in an Orwellian state right now, but it's going to be that on steroids. We just seeing the collapse of a contractual system. Because
we need to get rid of all contracts because it starts with the word con.
Right.
Well, you guys are fighting for your demonocracy.
It's a demonocracy.
Yeah.
Yep, demonocracy. That's what I call it.
Yeah, it's not.
You guys are supposed to be a republic, but you're a demonocracy.
Right. It's supposed to be. This is really a matriarch, but we under a patriarch. That's what people say they're patriots. Because this is a patriarchal order. Patriarch represents, personifies governance, and we're not supposed to.
I wouldn't want to be under either. I wouldn't want to be either patriarch or matriarch.
Matriarch is governed by nature.
They're both batshit crazy. Like fuck. I don't want to be under any.
Matriarch.
No.
No, I'm saying a matriarch is governed by nature. We're supposed to be governed by nature and by the laws of the cosmos.
Yes.
Because this is a feminine planet. So matriarch represents feminine energy, and this is a feminine planet.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they say we're under maritime law, right? Which is the water. So it makes me think this new system they're trying to move us into is like, it's the cloud, it's AI. That all deals with the air. So I'm wondering if they're trying to move us from maritime to an aerial type scenario, which still avoids
Hey, beloved.
the Earth, Mother Nature
Yeah.
there.
Hi, beloved.
Yeah, they definitely don't do the
Jimmy.
flying flip about nature. They've made that perfectly clear. Yeah,
They
they're not
hate
for saving the planet.
They hate
Right.
nature. They don't like this. This what makes them. This is what makes them evil because they hate nature. We're a
That's,
part of nature because we're natural. We're organic.
Exactly. Yes. I'm
yeah,
with
that's
you
my
on that.
definition of satanic is all the science trying to subvert the natural world. That to me, that's my definition of satanic. Trying to destroy
Yes.
natural.
Yes.
Hmm. Anti God, antichrist,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line. Yeah. No, they don't want us evolving. I think we come to a certain point, whether we know something or we're doing something, and then they just go, oh, let's melt this down, and start this plastic toy over again.
Yeah, they don't, the Anunnaki story, we were created to be slaves. How dare you wake up?
Yeah.
How dare you speak your mind? Slaves, a good slave doesn't wake up, doesn't speak their mind. They do what they're told, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me, motherfucker. It never was, and it never
Well,
will be. So,
that's why I can't accept that story about being created as slaves. Because if we were created as slaves, why would they create us to need 8 hours of sleep? And why would we have a forebrain where we can do higher order thinking and the whole consciousness? Like if we were designed to be a slave, we're not a good design to really be a
well, I
slave.
don't think they didn't expect the mind, the brain, or the human spirit to evolve the way that it did. It caught them off guard. It
Right.
caught them unawares.
Right.
Yes.
These are modified avatars we got. Billions of years ago, we had light bodies because we was flying around. These avatars right here that we currently have are made for slavery. 2 hands, what you do with hands? You pick up things, you work with it. What you do with your feet? You walk. You have to walk to a job. So these avatars have been modified to fit their current matrix. But before, when they first invaded here, we had light bodies. They came here and seen that we was flying around doing all this magical shit. The trees were walking around talking. And that's what Disney get that shit from. That's where they get they subnautica from. They get that from I'm not supposed to say Disney get that magical shit from here, from this planet, because this was a magical place at one point in time before they came here and put us on our light.
Dreams.
Hi, Ethereal Oracle. Yeah, that's the Blavatsky theory.
All the time, and I'm
like that
teaching
one.
people how to fly in my dreams.
Right? Yeah, we fly all the time.
Yeah.
We fly all the time. We don't know how powerful we are. We more powerful than what we know. We're so powerful. We take our power back.
Yeah, I do that in my dreams for sure. Because I also have floating dreams where I'm also teaching people how to float.
Hi,
Because
Tanya. Good to see
I
you.
guess my reasonable brain is like, you need to teach them how to float before you can teach them how to fly.
So if we were more lighter bodied and a little more ethereal, and we were captured and put into these jars, walk around jars, so when the body dies, do you think it's that spirit that they caught that they can catch again, reincarnate, or yeah?
Well, they can only catch you if you go into the light. Don't go into the light.
Like a bug.
I keep telling everybody, head to the butterfly
to a light.
cluster, the splendors of the heavens. The arrow of Sagittarius points right to it. Head that way. It's
Yeah, a lot
gotta
of
be
people
better
believe
than
in
this
the
shit.
Saturn moon matrix that traps our souls.
There's a lot of folklore about that.
It's like a big bug zapper. You go out and whichever way you go, you get zapped by like a bug zapper, and you end up going back into the matrix. I don't know. I don't think so. I like Paul's idea. Don't go to the light. Follow the Sagittarius arrow.
Oh, yeah, yes. Because if there's a way out, it's that way. And that's the last ditch effort that we have. So, yes.
Huh. Hmm.
Of course, if you're a sadist
And
like
if that
me,
don't
you'll
work,
just come
then let
back.
us know where.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have to solve something
it's not good
again
to
and
send it
again.
back either.
Yeah, I think I come back to try to help the balance of the universe, because if we let these bastards keep doing what they're doing, and if we let this planet and other worlds get taken over, in dictatorships and tyrannical things, then I think God's not happy. So
So you got the Neo theory, Neo Matrix theory. Be the
I
one, huh?
guess,
Yep. I feel you on that.
but I think we're all the one.
Right. Yep, I agree. Can be.
Yeah,
I think that's what the hero's journey is all about, really.
yeah. Changing the matrix, or changing the scales, the balance of the scales, right?
Yeah, because I
Overcome all.
definitely
Yeah.
wasn't born into this world to be any kind of hero, any kind of leader, to be any kind of stand out from the crowd, any kind of speaking truth to power. That wasn't who I was really born as. The life experiences and just naturally aging and maturing through life has brought that out of me, especially after my Saturn's return. So yeah, I think that's naturally what we're supposed to be doing here too, is picking up our sword. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially in these times.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, you can achieve nirvana in a cave by yourself, but you will never achieve enlightenment that way. You have to go out and live life and
Hayward, good to see
face the
you.
challenges in order to achieve enlightenment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to etch in something on the record in order
Hmm.
for it to be replayed as a song. You know what I mean?
And it falls in line with the ideas behind like spiritual alchemy too. You know, and burning out all the impurities of a thing to get down to the essence of that thing, whether it be a material or a person or spirit.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like to see the patterns or the themes in all the different theories that a lot of people like to gravitate and accept one theory over another. When you start looking at what's common between all of them, it's a pattern that shows up in everything, especially our movies. You know, you look at the movies that were made all through the 80s and 90s, especially because there was a definite formula there. Pretty much every movie is telling you the same story, just in different ways, different plots, different scenarios. But if you take the moral or the theme of the whole movie after you've watched it and you compare it to the next movie you'll watch, the patterns are there. It's all the same story over and over. It's the hero's journey.
Yeah, all the ancient stories are pretty much the hero's journey, all of them,
Yep.
And that's
Yeah.
what I think makes us
The
grow.
only
And
one you can truly save is yourself.
hi, off the hook.
Did anybody
Yeah,
hear
Yeah,
what I
because
said?
Aloha.
I feel like we're in the
The
days
only
of
one you can truly save is yourself.
kind of miss
yeah.
that, Paula.
Oh, we've got Trey stepping in too. Nice.
Hey, Trey.
Come on, you stupid fucking audio.
Yeah, it's okay. You're kind of glitching a bit.
My audio keeps freezing up. The
Mm.
only one you can truly save is yourself.
Right, right. That's true. That's true, Lighthouse. And nobody else gonna say was we the saviors that gonna came here to save ourselves, you know. And that was hard for me to overstand at one point in time because I was heavily indulged in monotheistic religion via brainwashing and programming, indoctrination, of like just family curses too. So I had to like do some real big. I had to go within and just to figure this out. Like, oh, I gotta save myself. There's no Christ coming to save me because I am
Yeah.
Christ. I am that I am.
Yes. SAVIOR self. Yes.
Only difference is I ain't trying to die for somebody else's sins.
I hear that.
Jesus was, Jesus was a nice guy for that shit, but I'm not here to die for somebody else's sins. That's what
He
I feel
didn't
like's
die for
happening.
anybody's sins, though. I think I cracked the code on that shit. They told us he died for our sins so that we wouldn't do anything about the bad parts of ourselves because we're relying on someone else to save us. I think him on the cross was the example that they throw in our faces every day that this is what we'll do to you when you come against the establishment, and that's it.
Right. That's us on that cross. Any conscious
That's us
being,
on that cross.
right? Any spiritual, soulful being, that's us on that cross because we die when we come down here into this physical body, into this physical matrix. Because if you lead a matrix, say you so-called die in transition and go back to the spiritual form, that's when life starts. The death of the Christ
Right.
is us. You die when you come down here.
Yes. Yes, we're technically dead. The living dead, the walking dead, whatever you want to call it. And when you leave your body, that is when you will be alive. Because energy
Right,
doesn't die, it just changes form.
right. Being here is like it's a matrix body. I mean, it's your mantra body made up on numerical codes. And they got us thinking that somebody like, I can't believe I fell for that nonsense. Like my parents pushed that on me, society. Oh, Jesus, you better worship, you better pray, you better repent. Repent for what? The fuck, I'm already a slave. I got paying bills on a free planet. What I gotta repent for? So John D. Rockefeller and the
Yeah,
Rothschild.
there's no original sin. Yeah.
I didn't need anybody to
Yeah.
tell me
There's
I need
also
to
no
repent.
original sin. Exactly. Yeah, you don't have nothing to do.
I was about to cuss on this platform, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, man, I'm like, Negro, please. I just worked 100 hours this week. What I gotta repent for?
I mean, if I do something that
Right.
harms,
Exactly.
if I do something that harms somebody else, I automatically repent within myself because I get a feeling about it that I don't like. Therefore, I make up for that with that person and I don't do the same thing to other people, right?
Facts,
That's a
facts.
natural. That's why I know a lot of people who thump the Bible and shit, and I try to tell them, hey, look, I don't have to read that book, but I know what's in it. You know what I mean? And that repentance idea is a prime example. So,
It just
a lot of people.
basically
Well,
means
and
to be sorrowful for something that you've done wrong and make it right. That's all.
they also
But a lot.
talk of being born again in spirit. That means, like
Born
you
again
said to the
is
like
meant
you
the
like you
cycle
said
of
to the woman,
reincarnation.
like you said to
Mhm.
the woman, the woman, go now and sin no more. Right? You always have that option. Right?
So you can
When they say
say, go and stop being a sucker.
when they say be born again, they talking about reincarnation, coming back down
Yes.
and doing it all over again.
It's always on a
Yeah.
multi-level. There are 3 levels of teachings in the Bibles, at least. For every verse, there's 3 levels of teaching.
Right. What do people say?
Well,
They say if I should die before I wake, I pray to the Lord. The Lord is the architect, is a entity of the matrix. It's one of these
Yeah,
entities.
so
yep.
born
Yes.
again.
To take,
So
so
being born again has 3 levels of understanding. There's the spiritual, the physical, and the alchemical. They always
Yeah. And
they
Lord
always
is
use
not a
3
good
in one.
word.
these are
The Lords
all
are the
curses.
governments. Yeah. So I ain't praying the Lord my soul to take squat. I pray the Lord kiss my ass. I'm keeping my soul, my spirit to kiss my ass. It's mine.
Well, the Bible is a controlled writing, right? It was rewritten by the Vatican or Rome, right? And if you
Yeah.
read it, Lord God, God,
I
God big G, God small g. If you go through the lexicon, they're all different. There's more than one God in the Bible.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, yes, there's more than one.
I'll use the word God, and I have my meaning for it. It's not the biblical, but the word Lord, that's the one word I don't. Every time I hear it, it just
He said, "I want to thank the Lord for keeping me poor." Like you got, so you got to
I
tell.
know.
I got to pray to
Yeah.
him. I got my landlord down the street, so I got to
That's
pray to him
right.
too.
Yep.
Ah,
You
ha,
pay,
ha, ha, ha,
pay your
ha.
alms to your landlord.
Yeah.
And then
Thank
if
you
you're
for letting me
British,
keep my house, even though I paid you for the motherfucker.
you can even give yourself a Lord title. You know what I mean? So fuck that Lord shit.
Mhm.
That's why I think I had told you that Max Vision that God really means Gad or Gadriel. That comes from Hinduism because they studied us. That's when they start calling us Gads and gods. And when I say God is the highest extension of the mind, it uses elements and matter to express itself. We using matter right now to express ourselves. We using verbiage, so that makes us a god.
Yeah, we're the same as them. We're just God little g. They're God big G because they were bigger than us and had longer lives. That's all.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's true. That's why the G in Freemasonry is capital because it's governments, ordinance, departments. These are all ordinance that we under,
Yes.
Right.
like Roman ordinance.
I call it, I created a new word. I call it Godverment. They see themselves as the Godverment. Yes.
Yeah. Number 7 is the number of chakras you have. So they have control over all of your chakras. At least they want control over them. That's why we were discussing later, like the chakra system they turned upside down. They put the red on top and the purple on the bottom.
Right.
So,
Yep.
I was telling Sharp that. I was telling Charles that too. If you look at the LGBTQ flag, that's your chakras upside down. If you look at a traffic light, that's your chakras upside down too. Because you got a red light and you got a yellow light in the middle, and the green light's on the bottom. The green light is your heart chakra.
Yep.
That's why everybody's got, well, not everybody, but that's why a lot of people have their head stuck up their ass because everything's inverted and upside down.
Well, you mentioned, Max, about them attacking our chakras, right? I was on the last G stream. I brought up that the censorship and our whole free speech thing. That's attaching the mouth. That's attacking the mouth chakra. The heart chakra, you could say, was the jab because that directly attacks the heart.
Yeah.
And they got us locked. Our lower chakras, our action and our creativity. They definitely attack that and our action. They're keeping us all docile. Like we talked about, there's a lot of people that's stuck in the mind. They're all about the consciousness and all this information and this and that, but there's no heart. There's no heart mediation going on there with these ideas, right? So they're stuck in the high, but they're not doing anything with all that knowledge, right? So if you're stuck in the high chakras in your crown and your mind chakras, and you're not using your mouth chakra to speak it, you're not using your heart chakra to feel it, and then you're not using your lower chakras to be creative and to take action on it, then that's how they attack us at every level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Have you guys noticed that restaurants have been painting their buildings black or dark gray? No? In your area? No?
No.
Okay.
That whatever it is nefarious. We know whatever if they are doing. We know it's some sadistic shit going on, some evil shit going on. Whatever they doing.
There's some spell casting going on with color out there. Like we know that with the flag and all that, but watch the stores, watch the stores and buildings around you.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. They use colorism. That's what I'm saying. You look at the McDonald's emblem; they got red on the bottom. That's your root chakra.
Yeah,
they're
changing their colors around. A lot of restaurants in my area are changing to black or dark gray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Colorless,
when I lived when I lived in Portland, houses in my neighborhood were painted black. Yes, it was really trippy. Weird.
Yeah, Tanya says, "Yep, black or gray." Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they black. That's why this is why they love black because they really black. I can't
So,
say people because they're not people, but they really black. Black means spiritually dead. If you look up
Yeah, they're
Absolutely.
not people.
to anybody listening, to anybody on this panel listening, if you calling yourself black, you're cursing yourself because you're calling yourself spiritually dead. This is why you have to study etymology. So that's why you should never
Yes.
call yourself
yeah,
black.
brown's better. I like
Right, right,
Black is the color of Saturn too.
right,
tan.
right, right. And this is why they came out with Black
Tan.
Lives Matter back in 20 with Black Lives Matter, because they're really black. Their spirit, they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm more peach than anything.
Who
Tan.
facilitated
Yeah. There are different
who,
colors of brown. Yeah.
Yeah,
who facilitated BLM or what's his name? Not Rothschild. What's the damn reptile? What's that damn motherfucker's name?
Stars.
which one?
Which
Yeah,
one?
Rothschild, Rockefellers, Soros.
Soros. He came up with, he facilitated Black Lives Matter because he's black. He's spiritually
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, he had a lot of input into the rap culture too. He took over the rap culture and started steering that. We were going over that earlier because I used to love rap. We used to-
Also, culture. Another fun with words. Cult.
Yep. They took,
Culture.
right. They took our music because you gotta think hip hop. We've been beating on drums because we Aboriginal, so we've been beating on drums. Doom, 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 doom. So we've been doing that. So they took it, like we said, and they took it and inverted it.
Mhm.
They took a hold of it, and they start playing with the frequencies in the music, start pushing this deaf culture inside of this music. So when the youth listen to this music, they're being programmed. They're hearing their favorite rapper or celebrity say kill, kill, drill, shoot, break, rob, murder, pillage.
Yep.
This is the mindset these young guys have.
Yeah, and on the other side, they taught us white people to be sluts. You know, with 60s culture and 70s.
Hey, I know what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
We were supposed to be whores.
sex
how-
and drugs and rock and roll. That's
Yeah.
the indoctrination right there.
Yeah, they
So
got
big-
y'all. They got y'all with country music. I'm gonna need some whiskey glasses. What you need whiskey glasses?
Yep,
What the hell that mean?
yep.
You need whiskey glasses to drink your spirits with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to get sad in your glass.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the ancient word for alcohol? A ghoul. So if you drink alcohol, you drinking a ghoul.
I love it. Thank you. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the ancient word for alcohol. It's a ghoul. So when you drink, a ghoul comes into your aura and takes over. Why you think when people say get drunk, it's I don't remember what I done last night because you had ghouls and goblins attached to your aura. They took over.
That's great.
Yeah.
I believe so. I've seen many people get drunk and they do look Gorkin. Yeah, they look.
Well, that's why
weird.
they call it spirits, alcoholic spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spirits. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't call it spirits anymore, but they damn well should. But they're too busy hiding it. They just call it alcohol. No, it's spirits.
Hi,
You know,
Gigi.
and then they came up with the other saying that really got people drinking. They called it liquid courage.
Mhm.
It's stupidity is what it is. I don't drink alcohol anymore. It's been at least 10 years.
Yeah, I can't. It's no wheat, no gluten, no none of that. I'm just down to tequila, I think. Tequila and some kind of rum. That's all they say I can drink. So if you know any good tequila drinks out there, let me know. But no, I haven't drank in years. Everyone knows I puff pot.
Right.
And that's natural. That's organic. Y'all seen the mayor of New York burn millions of pounds of marijuana because marijuana is nature. They nature.
That's
It
right.
calms you down enough to
That's
see
right.
some reality. Yeah, that's what I say.
Exactly.
But yeah, so anyway, wow.
Ten minutes. Good way to go, Scotty. Well, you do sleep, right? So I don't know. Maybe you're sober a few hours in your sleep.
But it's not wrong. Everybody has it's escapism. Everybody has a vice. So I don't blame you. I should get drunk every day. I should smoke weed all the time because it's escapism. Because look what we got. Look what we
Med-
got here.
yeah, meditation is a vice for many
Right.
people.
Right.
You know, anything can be used as a vice, pretty much.
Yeah, people get
Sex is
attachments to things.
a
and
drug in
behaviors.
that regard. I mean,
Mhm.
people just use sex as a way to escape.
That's
Yeah.
another one.
Find you a bipolar, borderline disorder chick. That's all she does is have sex to escape. Huh. Just saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, pain is awful, Gigi.
You know what I was thinking too? You know how the big trend in, I guess, like social and dating right now for the women is that they have this like 6 foot tall rule, where if a dude is not 6 foot tall, he's already strike 1, 2, and 3 or whatever. To me, that reeks of the story about like the Nephilim, right? These giants coming into the daughters of men type shit. I
Yeah.
think they purposely have put that out there in the social zeitgeist. I see that pattern there. I think that was
Yeah.
put there at the.
Well,
I,
just like
I think it was
the
real.
pattern
I think that
of
was
girls
real.
liking bad boys. They put it in movies and TV shows. Oh, the girls like the bad boys, and they brainwash them to go for the bad boys. And then they wonder why their life is shit with that bad
Mhm.
boy.
Yeah, when I was growing up, all of the females, they hated the smart guys. They hated the nerds. If you was intellectual and you had some knowledge, or you had like, they would call you a nerd. You want to? They was into the street guys. All the
Yeah.
people that grew up, they was into the street cats. They was in and out of jail, selling dope. They was into the dope boys.
Yeah. No, and
I
with
wasn't.
women, I was
Yeah,
going to say,
James Dean, the original bad boy, right?
well, way back before that, Sinatra was kind of a bad boy, and what was it? Rudolph Valentino, wasn't his act a little? Anyway, I was going to say with women, did I lose
Desert Road.
track? With women, I lost track. I went to the movies and started thinking of Rudy Valentino, and there you go. Sorry, everybody. Move
Yeah,
along.
James Dean, the original bad boy on the motorcycle with the leather jacket and all that.
Yeah, we
The
were
bad
talking about
boy.
bad boys and girls. Yeah.
Yeah, and you went to the clean cut singers. They were alcoholics, but pretty clean cut.
Well, they all dressed way better back then, I have to say.
Yeah, even James
this-
Dean even James Dean, the bad boy he was supposed to be, he had pretty nice hair.
Yeah, slacks and shirt. Yeah,
You
no,
know.
they dressed well back then.
Yeah,
It took a turn after Woodstock.
Well, I don't think you could buy bad clothes. Even the poor people were wearing nice clothes that were just tattered, and you know what I mean. Like you could still see a poor person wearing a one of those little derby type hats and shit. I mean, you didn't see. I don't think they had like Walmart T-shirts, even as an option back then. You know what I mean?
Oh no, they were way into fewer clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It was very much quality over quantity.
It wasn't as much style. Everything was kind of the same
Yeah.
style, if you will.
And plus, you got to think. You're talking about how the celebrities wear like certain clothes and stuff like that, or just like the masses.
Early on, yeah.
Somebody said Ellen was a girl. Yeah, a lot of those celebs, they put bigger clothes on them to hide that female figure.
Yes.
Just like Trump. That's why they put Trump with big. That's why they put big Trump suits on Trump. Because Trump is really a woman.
Oh, that could be. I always thought it was probably more to do with a bulletproof vest. He just,
That's the woman. They trying to hide the female form, because if Obama's wife's a man, we know everything's inverted, everything's backwards, upside down. They have even these puppets have to be inverted too.
Teresa, at this point, I would, if it came out, I would not be surprised. Yeah, no, we're so far upside down, and it's all to keep us under confusion. keep us under that Pisces water, keep our heads down, into the murkiness and not see things. And yeah.
Yeah, somebody said, yeah, Trump's an old, ugly woman. Yeah, that's true. I done a whole bone anatomy breakdown on them. That's why they love Skull and Bones so much. I used to do invert breakdowns on my channel all the time, but I haven't done it in so long. I go get the bone anatomy. I break it all down. They can't fool me.
No, I've been looking at everything closely. I always bring up what's her name, Lagarde, Christine Lagarde. She was the head of the
IMF.
yes. Hey, in Switzerland, no less. She's very tall and very questionable if you
Yeah.
look closely. Yeah, I think there's something to that too, and I don't get it, but hey, they're in a whole different families. I don't know what to say at this point. Reality has got me rather boggled at times. It's like, why
Maybe
don't you
just all that inbreeding they've done over the years, if that's what they've been doing, just
that they're just all cray cray and
yeah.
Yeah, I've met several politicians and high-profile musicians over my lifetime. There is something weird about them. Absolutely weird. And it's not just the makeup.
yeah.
I find the same thing with like people who are really into the church shit. They're just not. They're disconnected.
Yeah, those people get on a high that never ends. Like just a dupe. You know what a duper's high is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on that constantly. So they're always on edge because they're worried that their gig could be up constantly, but they're always high because of what they're doing.
Yeah, like that Joel Osteen guy, right? Because he's been like directly kind of had some questions thrown at him about some questionable shit, and he just keeps smiling and keeps speaking out his uber positivity.
Yeah, yep. He's
as a
terrified.
cover.
He's terrified but excited at the same time.
Yeah.
I do know that type of personality is.
It's a childish tactic, right? Like if you catch a child like stealing a cookie from the cookie jar, and you say, "Hey, did you take a cookie out the cookie jar?" The first thing they're gonna do is try to act all sly and innocent about it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's his name? Indigenous. Are you talking about people that? What's Naga's in here? What's up, Naga? You talking about people that follow religion?
Yeah.
Oh, they crackheads, man. People
Well,
follow.
sell it. That sell it. People that sell it.
They are crackheads, man.
Yeah,
it ain't the fact that I know for a fact they don't believe in that shit. They want you to believe in it. Ain't the fact that they know that shit's bullshit. They know anybody coming to save them.
Yeah, I can't believe the one guy named himself Cree Flow Dollar.
What?
Cree Flow Dollar or Free Flow Dollar. Yeah. You believe that? The guy named him, give me he built himself. He said he wanted enough money to build himself a podium out of $1,000 bills. So give me your money.
Right. Why?
And people did.
It's like you gotta pay to meet God. You gotta pay to meet Jesus. You gotta pay to pray. It's a circus.
Yeah.
Well, they're looking for desperate people,
pay
right?
to have your blessings.
You get that as be blessings. They telling you to be God bless. So they saying God bless you.
Be blessings. Yes. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. They're just spinning these words to cast spells. It's been working for a while.
Yes.
I mean, look at Trump. He's the king of basically like telling people what they want to hear, and you see how they just fall in line with it, like the Pied Piper.
Yes.
Yeah. He's acted for years. He's intelligent.
They think he cares about them. Yeah, they think he cares about him. I see the videos on TikTok every day. Trump really cares about the people.
He's
no, he
gonna
fucking
do.
doesn't.
He's
He cares
gonna
about
do
his
everything
fucking
he says
legacy,
he's gonna do.
son of a bitch.
He's going to do what he says he's going to do. That's the difference.
Man, these people are so much of zombies.
But
We live in the age of information. They can easily pick their phones up and see that MAGA is the highest degree in the Church of Satan. MAGA is the highest. It's the highest degree in the Church of Satan. They don't get.
That's just a coincidence, bro. You just got Trump derangement syndrome. How dare you?
These are zombies. These ain't even.
Yeah.
These are zombies, man.
yep. All he has to do is keep us under a spell for a few more years until they can tunnel into your fucking brain. That's all they're there for.
Yep, MAGA's also a magician.
I think to myself all the time. I don't think I'm better than nobody, but I think to myself
The real truth.
Don't y'all feel like y'all too smart for this place sometimes? The shenanigans they pull off on the world stage and the things they have us do, like, man, I'm too smart. Why did I choose to incarnate here for this time period? Like, man,
I ask myself all the time, why am I here for this shit, bro? I'm ready to do something. I'm tired of sitting around waiting, watching.
They tricked us. They tricked us. They said.
Well,
They
that's why
fucking
you're
tricked
here.
us. They told us that we were needed here to save the other people, to wake them up, when all you can do is save your damn self. So I ain't falling for that shit again. Don't nobody want to hear nothing I got to fucking say for the most part in my life and the people around me. They don't give a fuck what I got to say. So I am not put in their way to teach them or save them from any damn thing.
I agree
Only
with
you
you.
can save you from yourself.
I agree with you. I got called crazy
Yeah.
the other day by my little brother. He called me crazy,
Yes.
saying I need a mental institution.
I'll
Yeah,
say if
yeah,
you ever talk-
that's
Oh,
because
oh,
you are
They're not
doing your
calling you
job.
crazy,
You
they're
are
doing
being
something
the Christ.
yeah,
They will
You can-
call you crazy. They will shun you, and that is your job.
but yeah, I still feel an obligation to at least speak my truth. If other people reject it and don't want to hear it or reject me
You know
for it,
what?
That's fine.
If you reached one person, you've done your job,
right?
and you never know when that's going to happen. So
Well,
what you do is you keep saying your message like you do, Paula. If you thought it was pointless and worthless, you wouldn't keep speaking. Okay.
No, and if you're flying over the target, you're going to be able to catch some flack. It's just the way it rolls.
Yep. You're going to get a lot of shit for what you say because you're speaking the
I
truth.
have.
You definitely came to run my mouth and say my piece. But I'm just saying, this is my last rodeo. I ain't doing it again. I ain't going into the light so they can't kick me back in the ring.
I've said that a million times.
Previous lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've had enough, man. I ain't never come back. Oh, man, I'm so bored. When can I go back?
Yeah.
A lot of us do get bored in the astral realm. Like, man, let me go on back down there and play the game for a little bit longer. Hold on, let me go to the dark side of the moon, give me another costume, and let me go turn into an embryo. Let me go on, come back, get back in the game a little bit.
Yeah, access to all knowledge and time is just I don't want it. No.
If anything brought me down here, I think it might be the weed. I love that shit so much. Honestly, that might be the only thing. Like women, I love women. Don't get me wrong, but I can live without them if I got to. If it's a negative, toxic weed, I'm like, there ain't no excuse for me not to be smoking weed. You know what I mean? I love that shit. So
you could spend eternities in bliss, in the ether. But
Well,
that even gets boring. You need the limitations. You need the limitations to make it feel like a good game. To make the game real, we need these limitations. Otherwise, there's no game.
It's only a game if you can win, though. And this game is rigged.
Well, it's easier. It's easier to kick over a sandcastle than it is to build it, isn't it?
I can win at chess, but these fuckers got the game rigged.
Well, yeah, it's easier to destroy than it is to create, right? That's always been the truth.
Well, when you stop playing the game, game's over.
Yeah.
That's right.
Problem is, you just got a bunch of willing participants out here still going along because they don't want to, they don't want to save themselves.
Right. We
and
literally in that movie Ready Player One. That's what this is. I sold somewhere else, somewhere in a higher place with the headsets on, playing, controlling our avatar. They go. That's what it's
Yeah.
doing. Player One.
Yeah. Well, they stand in a trailer, stacked on another
Right,
trailer.
Rose.
True Zone may not know
Hi,
my
Elder
very
Bear.
first memory that I had when I came here this time. So I want to let Truth Zone know what my first memory was, and anyone else who hasn't heard it yet. My first memory was, wait a minute, I thought I escaped this place. How did I end up back here again? And how do I escape again and stay out? So clearly I went into the light last time and they kicked me back into the ring. So
Right.
I'm not going into the light this time. That's why.
And
I've never liked
we'll
it.
come back in another 25,000 years. They'll be waking me up out my sleep. I'll be incarnated back in this motherfucker in another 25,000 years when they do this shit again.
I need a vacation, that's for sure. I need a vacation from this place. That is for sure.
I'm a fast returner, so as soon as I'm done, I'm right back. I love the game. I know. For me, it's a balance. Like I say, it's the balance game, right? We have to balance the negative with the positive. So that's why I keep coming back. I actually enjoy the game. To me, it is a clown show, but it's outside my world. So because I'm in this world, but not of it. So
I'm definitely in it, not of it. It's literally in my birth chart.
then don't let it affect you. Then don't let it affect you, right? Because it's all ethereal, anyways, right? You're going to be able to come back. You're going to be able to spend some time in the ether if you want. So don't stress about it. It's just part of the game. That's all.
And we know energy. I probably done met y'all, but I probably done met a lot of y'all before. A lot of y'all that I come in contact with, we probably done met in the cosmos. Because
Oh yeah.
Right?
we
That's
know
what I think
energy.
too.
So,
Like Manly
We've
P. Hall
connected
said,
before, yeah.
we've all met backstage in the green room, and the green room of death
Yeah.
or the ether.
Good way
We've
of
been
putting it.
there, man. We've been there. We'll all go back there. And if you realize that, once you realize that you're going to go back there, and you're going to be able to come back here if you want, it's nothing to worry about.
It
It's
is
nothing to
very
stress
interesting.
about.
It's very interesting how you can meet somebody from a whole different country and be different age, different life experience backgrounds. But yeah, you can connect with them on a level that's even better
Right?
than your own family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
something weird
Yes.
about that.
Hard to explain, but yeah.
your soul,
Well,
your
your
spiritual
family isn't
family,
your
your
family.
soul
It's your
family.
family.
Your family ain't no but agents, because the etymology for family is a household of servants and slaves.
Well,
And
Lucky's got it here.
familiar. Family means familiar, and I am not familiar with my family. I'm more familiar with you people.
Well,
I don't know my family. I got a twin brother, and me and him, we have no connection. Last time I
Huh.
talked to him, he said he don't want to talk to me again until I start worshiping Jesus Christ again.
Oh Lord.
Oh hell no!
well,
We
that's his problem. I like Lucky's response. I love my life. I think life is fun. Life is an adventure. So have fun. It's only temporary. So have fun with it. And
Right.
when it ends, right? And the shit that goes on around you is the shit that goes on around you. But if you're truly concentrated on improving the inner, nothing around you should bother you. You should be able to sit in a mud puddle for the rest of your life and be okay with it.
Can I ask everyone a question real quick on this panel?
Yeah.
Sure.
This way I know, are all of y'all black sheep in your family? I know for a
Yeah.
fact all of you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I knew.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my mom was that role before she died. When I was younger, she always said she was the black sheep. And when she died, it's kind of funny how when certain elders, certain people of the family dies, the role changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sister used to be the problem child. Now it's me. Because I'm the guy with no job and I talk all the conspiracy theory shit. You know what I mean? It's just funny how that shit'll switch too. Like
What was
everybody
the
gets their own
honest
little role.
person? in my family. They were all a bunch of liars and drama queens. I was the one that brought the truth, and they would always come to me for my opinion of who I thought was the culprit. But then I would get in trouble for fingering the culprit, and then I would have to end up in the end paying for their crimes, their sins,
Oh,
their drama.
Naga wants to come up, G, if you have the link.
Because if she had it pinned,
Yeah, it's in my.
it should
Oh,
be
I'll
at the
put it-
top.
I'll put
Yeah.
it in yours. If you
That's
hold
how
on
I
just a
got
sec.
it.
I'll be
I
right
put the
back.
pinned link at the top of chat. Yeah.
Yeah, we all
But, you know,
live
you just
through
have to be
adversity in order to
honest.
that's what teaches us enlightenment. The path to enlightenment is through adversity. You can't achieve enlightenment by living a
I had
perfectly
enlightenment.
harmonious life. It doesn't work that way.
I was born honest. I had enlightenment.
Right. That's how,
I
and
was
that's how I
born
was too. That's why I was the black sheep, because I rebelled against the system at an early age. I was a problem child at school, and I think my mom and dad, they didn't like that. I always just went against this system. That's just my soul. That was my soul. That was my inner self, my higher self. Not wanting to indulge in none of this foolery.
Well,
I always,
That's right.
the analogy of the strongest steel goes through the hottest fire, right? You know, and that's the way it works. We're put through fire. We're tested
Oh, I'm
constantly.
definitely being put through the fucking fire in this
You
piece
know.
of shit life. Sorry, fucking excuse for a life. This ain't life. This is only existence. I want life again. I've clearly had life,
Well, you have life available to you. It's within.
but in this world, there isn't life. It's only existence, barely. I want life again.
What do you need? What do you need for this life?
Peace. And peace ain't here.
Then shut off the world and you'll have peace.
I mostly do. But that still isn't the kind of peace that I need. The kind of peace I need is not here.
What do you need?
I'm
Money,
Arnava.
things. What do you need? If there's things you need for peace, then that's not peace that you're trying to find.
I don't need things.
Okay.
I need peace. Peace isn't a thing. It's
I'm,
probably a place.
Well, you're guaranteed peace at death, so you already got that in the bag. So you might as well
Yeah.
just do whatever until that happens,
yeah.
right?
That's what I'm doing.
I think
Yeah.
much love and respect to the chat in the panel. Salute
What's up, man?
Fulcrum in the
Yeah.
groove, Max, G Sharp, True Zone.
what's up,
Yeah,
Naga?
Naga.
respect.
What's
Big
up,
up.
Naga? What's up, bro?
Hey, Naga.
Yeah. But I think, a lot of time when we say that, I think we're talking about organized, we're talking about in terms of organization. I think we need organized truth. I think we need organized information. We need organized knowledge. We need organized peace. We need organized, everything, right? We basically need the whole system, of organization, but as an individual, I think a lot of us is there, where we self-sustain, probably not, to the fullest, but most of us, at some level we're able to sustain ourselves, independently. But as a collective, we don't have this organization, that could support each other, where it's needed.
And a lot of people have cut themselves off from what you were saying earlier, Max, about adversity, right? Well, a lot of people around us, as soon as they got any psychological discomfort, whether it be depression, anxiety, or some other thing about their life that they can't really cope with, or they spiritually bypass all their spiritual work by taking these psychoactive drugs or psychotropic drugs that basically numb them off, and they're the ones that are most oblivious to what's really going on around us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the system crashed tomorrow, I think all of us are definitely mentally and spiritually developed enough to where we could pick up whatever pieces are left over or whatever situation we find ourselves in chaos and make the best of it and probably do pretty well in as far as surviving. But these people who are still sleepwalking, they don't have a chance. They'll be dead in 3 days, or they'll be crazy
Yeah.
in 3 days.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where the organization come in place.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we need to organize ourselves. A lot of people, of any kind of race, is not able to sustain, sustain themselves, to feed themselves, clothe themselves, and shelter
No,
themselves.
we're really bad on that at the moment. Like,
It's like all these people waiting on Jesus, right? What if the worst thing happens to this world and they still sitting there waiting? They're just going to sit there and wait. They're not going to do nothing, but just wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They
They're gonna
spy.
sit there and play wait up and wait for nothing.
They spies. These are zombies. Zombie can't help himself. A zombie is dead, so a zombie can't help himself. You watch a Night of the Living Dead, you never seen a zombie help themselves. They just walking around ready to eat somebody. Sleep.
Brain.
They,
good night, Gigi. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I ain't got no pity for a zombie.
No, because
I
in
do,
order
because
to
they were
clearly,
forced into it. They didn't get there themselves.
No,
clearly in order to be brainwashed,
It is
you have to be
engineered for them to be zombies,
a
unfortunately.
zombie tried to get me to take the Jabberwocker.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So I ain't got.
That's pretty
The zombie
much
tried
it.
to like theoretically
they
kill.
are. They will kill you. Yeah, yeah,
What?
Yeah,
You're not
this
a
is
lemming falling off the cliff with us?
yeah.
Hey, good night,
Thi-
Gigi.
this
Yeah,
is
they said
more of a reason. This is more
they,
of a reason why we shouldn't, have any expectation. We shouldn't expect them to, or save themselves, or get it together, or even, where we at with it.
The
We
media
have.
is changing though. Have you seen the right wing media coming out? Well, not even the right wing, just the sensible media from a lot of these influencers now. So there seems to
well,
be a change. So I'm positive about it.
even Mark Zuckerberg, if you paid attention to him the past few days, he's actually came out and quote apologized and admitted
Uh-huh.
that the government pressured them to censor people on Facebook over the jab stuff.
They were redders. Yeah, basically
And
But
election
you know
fraud.
what he didn't do? I heard about that. My husband told me, but you know what the motherfucker didn't do? He didn't send me a personal letter about censoring me the entire time that I've been on Facebook, which has been since it fucking started. He didn't send me any apologies personally for all the shit that he censored on my fucking page, so he can shove his public apology up his fucking ass.
right, but he's saying
Yeah.
it for a reason. You know what I mean? Like it seems like he's I'm sure it could be just all scripted, just like the Elon and everything else.
Exactly.
Given
So
Yeah,
it's
Oh
all,
yeah,
I
it
ain't
is.
buying
Of
it.
course, it is. It's
I ain't
setting
buying
us
it.
up psychologically for something.
But I'll tell you
But
what, the people at Google and YouTube, you don't hear them fucking apologizing for nothing. They'd still double
no,
down on the
because
bullshit.
they're really a government mob run thing, and governments never will
Yes.
admit they're wrong. They're always going to spray that blame somewhere else.
They
Never
pretend like
ever
they're
admit it.
apologizing.
No.
That's right. They only pretend like they're apologizing. It's a fake ass apology.
Yeah. Because then they'd have to go back and apologize for the hundreds of thousands of things that happened, let's just say over the last 90 years. And they don't want to do that domino. No, they'll never admit it.
And then one of us might be smart enough and bold enough to speak up and say, "Oh, okay, you just admitted basically that you ran a fraud on all of us. What about all that money you made over that time period? Don't you think you should be refunding that? Because that's still gotten gains. They
and
don't
this what
want us
Yeah.
to."
this what they gonna have.
Exactly.
These dogs, these devils, these demons, parasites, they're going to have to go back to whatever realm they came from. They're going to go underground inside of these bunkers. They need to go because I'm coming for them. When I get
Yeah, that's what I meant.
when I get fully acclimated and activated, it's over with for them.
Mm,
Yeah, dude.
that's right. I'm with you on that.
When
I
they
got
when they talk about Christ returning in the Bible, is us. They know what time
that's
it is.
it. I agree, bro. I'm ready
I'm
to flip the
literally
fucking
the
table.
Christ card in cardology, the cards of truth. It's another way to read your astrology. I'm the Christ card. I'm the Jack of Hearts. And I came to kick ass and take names before and after I die.
If I can't make them pay here, I'm gonna catch them in the ass. They're gonna have to pay. So wherever I catch them, they're gonna have to pay.
They do
Yeah.
have the ability to turn your pineal off and on with magnetic magnetic pulses. So the connection that we do have with each other, they can allow it or disallow it if they choose.
I tell you what, anytime somebody in my life goes quiet all of a sudden around me, my first thought is something like, what, did they get fucking interjected with some shit that's got them thinking I did something? I did like that implanting false memories type shit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now I think about that. Whenever somebody just does something out of the ordinary, goes quiet, I'm like, oh shit. Are they gonna pop up and say something that is a problem or
They've been practicing with thought projection just before about 5 years ago. All that stuff happened. Some people in their head heard, "Just take it; it'll be okay." It was
yeah.
5 words, and that was repeated over multiple people. Thousands of people heard that in their own heads, in their own thoughts.
Talking about the Jews.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah. But what I'm talking about is thought projection.
Right.
So these people heard these words in their heads, in their own voices. It wasn't voice to skull. This was their own thoughts.
And dude, they might be doing that kind of shit every day on TV with flicker images.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
LED is one of the best ways to do that. That's one of the best ways to alter your DNA too.
Is
They,
it
I
me?
think it's a fucking
Let me.
TV, man.
trying to mix
I'm
our
not,
they trying to splice our DNA with theirs, but it's not going to work. They can't go. I said this on. I think I said this on the last panel. They cannot go in. They cannot transition or ascend. They can't. These are lower fourth dimensional entities. They can't go no higher than that. This is why they can't go no higher than the 33rd degree Freemason. They know they got limits. They got limitations on them.
is it
Right.
is it just
I'm
me, or
unlimited.
is it just me, or do any one of y'all like don't really care about what they do? Because I get to the point, I think I already mapped this whole thing to the point that I think they're gonna do what they want to do, what's benefit them regardless of what we say.
I agree. Yeah, they're at the
Yeah.
point right now. I think they believe they have the technology in place that they really don't care about what we say or think at all.
Yeah, and that's why I really don't care about what they do, because I feel like at this point, with this level of information I have with this understanding of the world, it's a matter of people like me come together with me. I don't care about them coming together. They could get together however they want, as long as the people that think like me come together with me, we're unstoppable. I ain't worried about them. They could do what they do. you know
I
Me personally, I'm just waiting on the people to wake up for real, for real. I ain't really worried about that, what they doing. To me, what they doing is just entertainment. While I wait on my people to wake up for real, because once my people wake up and we click, we just gonna do us. We just gonna take off for real, and leave them behind.
well, that's what they don't want is us clicking and connecting, right?
Yeah.
But they don't care right now because they think they've got an electronic system in place that can take us all out on a moment if they wanted. But
Yeah,
they don't want to use that. But we have to, you see, what we have to do is we have to awaken the people that are in place to turn those systems on.
nah, I don't believe in none of that. I just think all of
Okay.
that is just a mental, it's just a mental type of warfare, that they playing,
Could be
and
total
people
disinformation. Sure.
be
I'm
and be to
Interesting.
It's like telling
Interesting.
us about nuclear bombs. They keep threatening us about nuclear
Yep.
war, right?
Yeah.
Until they pop it off, You know what I mean? Once they
Yeah.
pop it off, and then we recover after that, then that whole power behind the threat that they were
Yeah.
using for years about then it's lessened, and it's like calling people racist over and over, and after a while nobody reacts to the word racist because it's already worn out. You know what I
And
mean? It's like,
the mass is waiting for a nuclear warfare to happen, for nuclear bombs to fall out the sky. The bomb already dropped. They already dropped the bombs in 2019 with the Jews.
yeah.
Me personally,
That was,
man, I don't believe.
it was biological warfare. So World War III already happened. They already dropped the bomb. It was in people's arms. Ain't no
All
nuclear
that.
bomb gonna fall out the sky. They already dropped it. It's waiting to detonate. So then we're gonna start seeing mass casualties.
Yeah, I've already seen it personally in my life with friends who took it and had blood clots in their lungs.
Yeah.
Well, they might just bypass it all and go to fake alien invasion, right?
Oh, I can't
Well, that's
wait.
the last
Get the
part in their
popcorn.
Illuminati deck is the fake alien invasion. That's what's next. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to die fucking laughing. I'm going to point and laugh. And I'm going to laugh so hard, I'm going to laugh all the oxygen out of my lungs and I'm going to drop fucking dead. That's how I see it
Except for
happening.
me, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna tell them. Listen. I'm gonna look at them in the eyes and tell them I will not die. I will have to, I will live to tell, the stories of my ancestors. I ain't dying, ain't they ain't killing me.
I
With
will.
none of what they doing, saying put a fear in me. At the end of the day, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
truth's going to come
My
back.
people, at the end of the day, my people say, these bombs is nothing but dirt, but dust. That's what my people call these bombs, dust. Cause at the end of the day, we didn't beyond the physical. The physical is just one dimension to us. It's just, we beyond that. So that's why I'm just saying, I'm just waiting on why they study. The next, dimension. My people, is already, on like 10 dimension ahead. That's why I'm saying I'm just waiting for my people to wake up and for us to click for real. We ain't worry about them. None of that, man. These people ain't nothing. They just, a little chihuahua what I just barking. You know what I'm saying? For real.
And
And
it would happen so quick if enough or the right people in the right places just came to the light or,
Yep.
woke
Just said,
up.
no, I'm not doing it. No.
Yeah. And just call them
Welcome
out. Say,
back.
hey,
Or
look.
even just, you know what? I'm sleeping. Sorry, I'm not coming to work. That's all it would take. And that would
yeah,
blow the whole thing.
what they need to fight is this energy that's coming in.
That's the
What
thing that I love is all we need for them to do is make a few mistakes, and it's already been happening. So
they already made that mistake already.
yeah,
For
yeah.
real. They already made the mistake. They already fucked up. You
Well,
know,
every mistake they make wakes up other people. So
they done fucked up. For real. That for them to show me that they got any type of power is to stop this energy that's coming in. This new energy that's coming in. If they have any type of power, I want them to stop it.
Nah, they can't stop this cosmic energy coming hitting this planet, hitting this
Right.
realm.
Right. That's why I say for them to show me they have any type of power for
Nah,
them is to
nah,
stop this type
it's
of energy.
inevitable. Yeah, it's inevitable. All this cosmic energy hitting this realm. Oh man, it's hitting this.
Yeah.
It's so much cosmic radiation, so much cosmic particles. They can't take it. They can't do
Well,
nothing about it.
I got a question. If this has happened before where civilizations have been destroyed and maybe it was because they had dangerous technology that got out of hand or maybe they used it to wipe out all of us in previous incarnations or whatever, do you think the people of those times, do you think they were aware like we are of, I guess, the implied imminent danger?
They were more
Yeah.
advanced than us. Yeah. They were ancient civilizations. They were they were highly technical. They were highly advanced. They were more in tune with with the universe. This is
but
why
we're
And
I think
this
you mean were there tinfoil hatters like us? Probably.
right, were they all aware? Were they sharing this awareness with each other?
Not
right,
Because
only
right,
they
yeah.
did not
they
You
only
they
would
they
didn't
think
did
there
stop.
that,
would be, right? There
not
They
only
probably
didn't
would
stop.
be.
not only they did that, but I believe they planned a migration every time. Most of these stories always associated with a migration, with an exodus.
Oh, you could look into the Ark of the
Yeah, in
Covenant for
Exodus.
that, because a lot of people believe that the power of the world follows the Ark, and it's moving in an eastward direction constantly. So they move the Ark, and the power structure of the world moves east or west. I forget, but
Yeah, right before this shit go down, they're gonna be they're gonna have a migration. A lot of people are gonna have to migrate, going out, into the south, going out into the Caribbean, going out into different places, because this
mm,
mainland going to be under attack. All these major cities going to be under attack.
yeah, could
So
be.
they it gotta have a migration. These people are gonna have to migrate, outside of these cities and outside of these ranges, you know.
Right. Somebody said in the comments, coronal mass ejections. That's what 2019 was about. It was about corona. It was about corona energy coming in here. Corona energy.
Yes,
Let me read it one
Mm,
more time.
Corona.
yeah,
Yes. And and
Yeah, it
and
is.
and corona is crown and then virus. Well, I associate crown with head or brain, and so brain damage. So
Yeah, they was attacking the crowns.
coronavirus, brain damage.
Yeah, it was corona ejections. It was energy, cosmic energy hitting this planet. They didn't want nobody having it. This is why they want everybody staying in the house. They didn't want nobody out in the sun because you got dendrites in your brain. And
What?
that actually
Yes.
that intensifies the Christ consciousness. Because what happened in 2020? Everybody had 2020 vision. Everybody started to come back into awareness, having total recalls and starting to
Mhm.
remember.
Yeah, but it's
Yes.
more for
I went
this
outside.
new.
I think I got some of that sun
It's
because yeah.
yeah. They're
it's
trying to
more for
hijack. They're trying to
it's
hijack it too.
it's more for this new energy that's coming in. That's why, we talking the way we talking. When this energy come in, we're going to be fully activated. And a lot of people that can't understand why we're talking that, but that don't resonate. These people are the people we think that's like zombie. So the virus, in the jab was attacking the crown chakra. Was about your third eye. Was to making sure that your third eye is sealed. You know that
Yes.
that's what it is, because this energy that's coming in is basically going to you know uh, basically open your crown chakra, be basically in alignment with your crown chakra. Certain energies, some energies come in, they in alignment with our heart. Some energies come, they in alignment with our throat chakra. And we talk more, we do certain things. So these different energy come with in alignment with different parts, in our body, with different chakras in our body.
Right.
So this
It's that green
energy.
energy too. It's that green Ethereum energy because you watch the movie Meteor Man. What happened when he got hit with that comet by that green asteroid? He had all type of superpowers. He was smarter. He could touch a book and read the motherfucker without even having to open it up. He could see through walls. They were showing us in that movie.
Yes. I swear I've bought books I never read that I'm now saying things to people that are apparently in that book that I never read but I touched.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you
it's
share a
So
because
screen
yeah.
there, Chief,
go ahead, you got it.
Do you think that's a Mandela a bit? Like previously maybe you did read it, but now you don't remember reading it, but you have a connection to
Yeah,
things.
it's like a
Well, it
deja vu.
could be
It's
that
like
I
a
read it
deja
in a
vu.
past life.
Oh,
mm,
there you go. Maybe because it's
And
an
then
old
all I
book.
had to do was touch it and I was reminded. Yeah.
I have a screen to share there, G.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
That's
looking
okay.
elsewhere. Hold
We
on,
were
people.
talking about Corona, so they are trying electronically to control that as well. So just wanted to show you that.
Facts, man. Yeah, they trying to, but they can't stop. They can't stop this new
No,
energy hitting this realm. These corona mass ejections coming in from the solar system, from our soul system. They can't stop it. It's nothing they
well,
can do.
it's
Huh.
when we act together as a group, it overwhelms their system.
All these people seeing the green auroras in the sky. All that's all energy. We sucking that all in. It's over with.
Yeah, but they do got some people. Some people ain't going to be able to benefit from this energy. So
Hello, hello, Milky.
they got, it didn't work fully. you know as they wanted to get everybody, but they got some people, a lot of people definitely, get the jab, and a lot of people definitely had the virus, so not everybody, what I'm saying. There is a vast, people, that basically that's going to, that's already, like I said, in alignment with this energy. So as soon as this energy come, you're just going to be fully activated, fully animated, with this energy. So yeah, they can't, people like, like us, that's receiving this energy, we will be unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? For
That's
whatever comes.
apparently what happens. I was going to add to that about cosmic energy. There's a cosmic energy to the center of our galaxy that's supposed to be hitting us now, and that's they did an experiment with it where they simulated a similar energy and frequency, and what they found was people either they reacted in one of two ways. Either they got blissful or they got agitated. All they were asked to do was do a task, collate something or something simple, a simple task, and to do it repetitively. And the people that were good with the energy, they just became blissful and just kept doing whatever they were doing and chatting to each other and all that. But the other people, they got agitated and couldn't take the energy and got angry and couldn't stay for the experiment. So I wonder if these underground bunkers and things for these elites, I wonder if that's for that type of energy, if they're trying to avoid that too in that
Yes.
type of a way.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
and
that's exactly what they were trying to do, with the virus, They were trying to basically, make some people, irritated to the energy. That's why these people, they irritate they are, they feel they can't really resonate with this type of
Mhm.
talk. They feel irritated, when we talk about this type of or topic, they want to get away from us. They call us, they have all type of names that they want to call us to clown us, you know. So, and when that energy, fully establish itself, in this realm, these are the people that's going to be extreme, that's going to be in the street doing all type of things out of control.
Yeah, the medicine was actually an attack on chromosome 8. I actually have the code, the genetic code for that. They did a debunk on that. It is totally hilarious. But I think that was to try to shut down the pineal. And if they could learn to do that, they could shut down their own and save themselves from this energy.
And they're going to kill a lot of these people, man.
Oh yeah, just to
Listen,
figure that out. Just to
this going
figure
to
that
get
out.
this shit going to get out of hand, where these people going to start attacking, businesses and, people home doing all type of things, and they're going to shoot these people down, man. Literally, they're going to shoot these people down like animals.
Hmm.
yep, it's
Just
gonna
like
happen.
when
It's
they
going.
had just like when they had the riot in New York, you know, and when
Yeah.
when they violate the riot and they went in the stores and do all type of things, the cops was, beating people down, doing all type of things, to them.
Yeah, well, I'm showing you here
Wild
last
West.
week, a liquor store owner was overtaken by a mob of basically kids on bikes, but
Hey.
they were starting to hit him and push him, try to break into the store. He had to end up pulling out a gun. I mean, you can look this up. It's in Oakland. But yeah, it's already kind of starting in areas, the civil unrest.
Hmm.
Yeah, this thing going to get big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
now
poles,
they really
these
they,
magnetic poles are shifting, man. A lot of people can't, a lot of beings can't take this, man. Like what Naga was saying, they can't take this new energy. They can't take these new frequencies. So that's why when we talk to certain people, we on different frequencies. We really on two different timelines. But it seems
Just
like
like
it seems like we talking to each other in person, but we on two different timelines mentally, psychologically, and spiritually.
mhm.
And
yeah,
there's
no,
frequencies when we talk.
confusion, total upside down, swimming in a washing machine half the time.
Yeah, I get the angry energy of these people, but it needs to be directed in the right place.
Right.
Man,
But
I've been called everything under the book. Man, I've been called mentally ill. I've been called crazy. They said I live in the woods, right? My family said you've been in the woods too long, man. You going crazy. What the hell are you talking about? But I overstand it, man. But I get it.
So like cabin fever, I think they call that.
Mm.
Or something.
Yeah, man. You know what? It is what it is. You know.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I'm the
cabin
definition of
fever.
you know how they always had these shooters, or they always had these little issues that pop up in the media, and they always talk about somebody being the lone wolf and all this kind of shit. No family. I fit all those fucking criteria. And I've even had people tell me, yeah, man, you don't talk to other people, man. You'll go crazy and just say, mental illness. So that's like, dude, I ain't talked to people in fucking 15 years at this point. I'm an introvert though. I'm good with myself. I ain't going crazy even if I don't talk to nobody. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
some
I'm
people
mentally ill. I'm mentally ill, but you on your knees and it's a corporeal state and it's a mental state sucking off Jesus Christ.
are.
Oh, Lord, forgive me. Fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, at the core, they are believing in a delusion, something that they can't see, prove, or touch.
Mhm.
So, hey, you want to talk about what's mentally ill? I mean, let's get down to the root of what is mental illness. To me, that was always growing up. They always said somebody who was out of touch with reality. Well, I don't think I'm out of touch with reality at all. I feel like I'm the only person in touch with reality most of the time. When you talk to other people, they just want to talk about a
Hmm.
bad day at work. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
I think it's a good thing to be out of touch with reality. That means you in touch with actuality, with what actually happened, not in the reaction of what actually happened. I think me personally, I think I'm out of touch with reality. There's a lot of things that I'm hearing people talk about. I'm like, damn, I don't even know about that. How the hell these people know that? But then again, I'm like, yeah, they must be spending more time, in these things, more time doing this, more time doing that. So I'm out of, I'm really anti-social. So even though right now, I'm being social, I'm socialized, I'm being, socialized right now with all of y'all. I'm anti-social. I don't really, do the social thing.
See, I'm an introvert, but at the same time, I love being social with people. I have no problem going into a room and just conversating with complete strangers. You know what I mean? So I'm not extreme either way. I don't know.
Yeah, me.
Man,
I think I'm
in
out of
these
touch of
days,
reality.
man,
I think it's my bad. I think it's because I'm looking at the reality as the matrix. I'm looking at the world as the matrix, and I'm looking at the matrix as exactly what it is. It's just a construct. You know, inside of the earth, it's just a construct. It's not real. It's operated. With numbers. You know, with numbers. That's why your birth start with numbers, man. With they give you a date, a number, tell you is the date, represent the day you was born. They give you a number, represent the month. They give you a number, represent the year you was born. They give you a number for your social security card. They give you a number for your ID. They give you a number for this, a number for that. Is all numbers. This is what I call the matrix.
right?
So
Everything is done on a numerical code. It's the geometry about it.
Like a barcode.
Everything is
Yeah.
done by numbers. Yeah,
yeah,
everything is
yeah.
done by
So I'm
numbers.
out of touch with that. This is why I could speak the way I speak because I'm coming from a natural perspective. A lot of people, they hooked. They in touch with that, with the matrix, with these numbers, with these numericals,
Yeah, but the
values.
Matrix is not reality. The Matrix is a construct. When I say
But
out
the
of touch with
matrix,
reality, I mean like when if we all walk around as physical beings with these five senses, if we observe or witness or take in certain information that's been thrown at us, right? Being in touch with reality to me is being able to recognize that for what it is and not only just not ignore it and say it's not there and it doesn't exist, but at the same time, like that's why I'm very careful about how far out the box I get with things that some people really have a strong quote belief in. Like I'm still very grounded in a scientific, lawful, legal kind of mindset to where I'm not gonna throw out something if I can't back it up with something quote real, or
But
at
look,
least something that's been presented to me as real.
listen to what I'm saying though. There is a difference between what is and what it is. It represents something. What is just what is. What it is, you know what I'm saying? Then you include it in it. It represents something. It represents the matrix. So what it is, the reality, when we're talking about the reality of what it is, we're talking about, what I'm saying, the reality, of the matrix, of what the matrix actually is. We're talking about the reality of what the matrix actually is. Because there is a reason it represents something.
Well, what about the reality of your own inner world, right? Like the example I gave earlier, we got people who are taking, medications because they're having problems with anxiety and depression, which probably 9 times out of 10 is an environmental factor causing that. So what do? They ignore the reality of their environmental triggers and their own internal feelings, their own internal world. They bypass that with this medication. To me, that's out of touch with reality. They've numbed out, even if it's just an individual inner reality. And then the matrix is what's causing their fucking mental problems, in my humble opinion.
Well, I
But
get
we'll
what you're
ignore that.
saying. I get what you're saying. I just call
Yeah.
it, out of touch with, with the natural world. I just call it that. I think that's being out of touch with the natural world because
Well,
I'm
yeah, that's
looking.
part of it. Yeah, that's definitely a
Yeah,
part of it.
because
Because
like
that's what the
again,
matrix has subverted. The matrix is basically like I'm sitting in this room right now and I can turn my head 360 degrees. Nothing I'm looking at when I do that is natural. I have to
because
actually look out the window.
reality is a scientific word. Reality is a scientific word that we're just using in our daily basis. We
Right.
know
I
what
mean,
it
well,
means. We know what it means, but it's a scientific term. So that's why I apply to the matrix, because the matrix, again, you know that's dealing with science.
right. But here's the beauty of that. If, like I said, when I was growing up, psychiatry, that was the label, that was the theme of what they used to determine if somebody was fucking crazy, that they were out of touch with reality. Well, by that same standard, 30, 40 years later in my life, right now, 99% of the people around me are out of touch with reality, with the reality of what is the current day and age as opposed to 40 years ago. You know what I mean? That's why I'm using it in that
I
context.
get what you're saying, bro. I already
Yeah.
told you. It's not no debate or disagreement. I'm just looking at it a different way. For example, like you walk, right? You're not a Christian. So if I felt like you out of touch with your higher self, then I say, hey, bro, in the group, I felt like you out of touch with God. You're going to look at me like and say like, yeah, I'm supposed to be out of touch with God, bro. I'm not a Christian. You know, that's basically what I'm saying about the word reality. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the word. It's not the concept that we're talking about. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying? It's
had
just the word.
somebody recently exactly said that exact same thing to me because I was trying to explain to this motherfucker that, yeah, I believe in God, but I don't believe in that book and I don't believe in the religion and the Jesus thing. I got my own theory about it, about who this Jesus character is based on this and that. Well, that motherfucker tried to tell me that I was not just not in touch with God, that I was actually satanic. And that shit pissed me off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because regardless of the words I'm using, the concepts are the same. You know what I mean? Like I can look at a true Christian if they got a good heart and they act like a Christian is supposed to act like, right? In the Jesus-y sense of the word, they're good to other people, and I do feel like we worship the same God because the spirit of what this God name is representing feels very similar. But if it's something else, if it's something to do that's straight out the goddamn book, to me, they worshiping the devil, just like they think I'm worshiping the devil because I don't believe in the book. So that's two different realities.
According to the context, it's misconception. It's a misconception, to equate. I mean, to replace God with your higher self. Because God have His own context and definition. So when you introduce God into a different concept, it's a misconception.
Well, if I'm talking, like, we all have a spiritual life that's within us. We have our own connection with whatever we feel is above us, whether it's a higher self or whether it's what some people call God. I can't expect every stranger on the street to understand through English language me explaining my inner spiritual connection. No more so than I can expect somebody else to truly explain their connection, right? If they use a different word, just like if somebody's a Muslim, if they say Allah is great and I say God is great, well, there's a common spirit of that idea there, whether we're using the same words.
In the group, you just said Muslims. Everybody's technically a Muslim. Muslims, limbs. Everybody has limbs. Muscle and limbs. Muslims. Everybody has this, so everybody's technically a Muslim.
Right. But
Right,
if you
but
talk to a Christian, they'll tell you
let's
Muslims
go with
are.
what In the Groove is saying though.
Yeah.
Let me. I get what you're saying, but
Okay.
in that context, it's not the same. For
I just don't like
example,
to
right?
get hung up on the words. It seems like I use certain words and people get really triggered and they try to
But
like,
no,
but then they
listen to what
don't
I'm saying.
listen. Yeah.
Listen though, there is certain words, it's not just that is a different word, but it's also a different meaning to it. For example, right? The word, for the sun, is sun, right? In English, but in
Soul.
Creole is soleil, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
so whether I'm talking about soleil or the sun, we're talking about the same thing. But now if I'm talking about la ligne, right, and you're talking about soleil, that's not the same thing because that's not the right translation. The right translation for the word sun in Creole is not la ligne, is something else. So that's what's happening, right? When it come with the source, right? Or when it come with, because Allah, right, have a different meaning to with God. They have two different meaning. So we can't say that okay, they
Well,
both
yeah,
represent the
it
same
has a
thing.
different meaning though, according to other people who have determined these meanings. Like if I'm
But that's why
colorblind,
that's where I'm going with you, because the representation come from the meaning. So if something don't have the
right?
same meaning
But
with
look,
something, therefore it cannot represent that thing.
but check this. If I'm colorblind and you tell me something's red, if we look at an apple and you say, yeah, that's the color red, I can look at it and I could tell you it's red, but it ain't red to me. It might be gray, right? But I can still understand. I can understand to the point that, like, oh, I'm colorblind. You see this as something I don't see it, but I can associate what I see and what you see, even though we're calling it the same thing, we see it different. It's the same with language. We can call it two different languages, whether it be Spanish or English.
But that's what I'm
It still
saying.
point to the same concept.
That's what I'm saying. The representation come from the meaning. But if the meaning is not the same, therefore the representation cannot be the same. Because the meaning of Allah and God is not the same, therefore they cannot represent the same thing. But if the meaning, right, in Allah, if the meaning of Allah and God was the same thing, even though it was in two different culture or two different, languages, right? Just like I did with the sun, right, in Soleil, then it wouldn't be a problem. It would have been the representation could have been the same, but because the meaning is different, then therefore the representation has to be different.
Well, all right. Well, that's why I hate this language thing. I'm a big believer in body language because I know if you stick me in the middle of somewhere foreign, right, and then I have a tribe come up to me and I can't speak a lick of their language, I can do certain gestures and present an energy to them, and I can read their fucking energy where we don't have to have any words in common. But I bet you we could communicate on some level, correct?
A rose by any other name would smell as sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get again. I get what you're saying. That's why I said the problem is not in the name. The problem is in the representation and the meaning.
Yeah, we talked about the different labels for the different gods in the Bible, and yeah, there is that aspect of it too. Baal and
Yeah.
Allah has a whole history. So does Yahweh. That's untold.
Right,
You
or the
know. So
Yeshua, or
yeah,
yeah.
he was married, had kids, the whole thing. You know.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
it's just
but
the meaning.
the word I
It's
had,
just
yeah, the religion is a problem. At least I find it to be because
Yeah, because how does religion work?
Absolutely.
Did they just intellectually convince people that this book is the word of God?
this
Why would
this
you, how would
God
you
by
even
this
accept
God
that?
by this name is the Almighty, and
But don't,
I'm gonna tell you what's the
what do
problem. I'm
anybody
you,
gonna tell
using a different name is wrong and must be killed.
but look, it's playing upon the fact that we all have this inherent feeling of something greater than us or a creator, even just the idea that something created us and all of this, right? That's how religion works because we all share that in common.
Yeah,
Atheists
they
will deny it.
they
religion is
hijacked
not
that.
religion is
Yeah.
not the problem though. Religion is not the problem. The problem is telling me that uh my religion, is the same as yours. In fact, yours is a better version. So I should just leave mine, right, and adapt yours. When in reality, and yours is not even the same. That's the problem. Is that the religion is not the same, but they want you to think that it's all the same. Just pick the best one, or one of them is better, than
Yeah,
the
that's
other.
like shamanism or spirituality, your self religion, or even the mystery tool schools of old were much better than religion because they were all teaching the same things. They understood that back then. But when they introduced religion, they took the names of the gods. Like even in Samaria, they had different names of gods that were like the main deity, but they didn't war over it. They just understood that they believed, okay, this god is the highest one, and the story is the same, and the teachings are the same about the inner work and the higher self. But they used a different name, and when religion came along, they taught us to fight about it.
Yeah, they taught when religion came about. Religion came with their own God, and they told us their own God, was the same as our God, or was a better version of our God. But
Yeah, we
when
used
in
to
reality, they
understand
were.
that the stories were just there to teach us, instead of actually being, something to kill each other over. It was more to learn. It was like getting a school book.
Or
Everybody,
even to be so arrogant to think that I'm a Joe Blow dumbass in Bible Belt USA, right? And I believe in this fucking Pentecostal or whatever the hell religion you want to pick. And that I think I have the right to tell somebody in India or fucking Japan or China or even in the Middle East that they're fucking wrong and I'm right. Think
yeah.
about the arrogance that it takes to even do that.
Well, they've
Without
been taught
first,
that. They've been taught that, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
all I have to do is sit my ass down and give some money, and I'm saved, and that makes me better than everybody else on the planet.
Or the arrogance to think that God
one
chose
one
one set of people here and not
That's
everybody
what they
else.
all do. You
one
can
point.
say you go to synagogue or you go to prayer. You do your prayer at the mosque or whatever. It all involves money and it all involves your time, and it all involves control of your thinking.
Look, I'm gonna make one point that that proof that really God and Allah is not the same, as the creative force, of
I
the
think,
universe.
hold
Oh
on a
yeah, they're
second, Naga.
totally
So
I
yeah.
It's a
think
metaphor.
Truth
We
Zone
don't
dropped
know.
off.
We don't know the name of the creator. That's the ineffable. We don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Sorry,
right, that's what
everyone.
I'm saying. Is not That's what I'm saying is not the same. But let me make one statement, that will prove that, they told us to stop, honoring, their ancestors, and they give us God. And God don't mean the same as the ancestors. In fact, they want us to think that the ancestor is the opposite of God. So if the ancestor is the opposite of God, therefore God and the ancestors can't be the same thing. Cannot represent the same thing. Because when we was worship when we honor the ancestors, uh uh we had these things, represent the ancestors, for a reason, because the animals that we had, our tradition, our culture, honor the ancestors. Our tradition was we rely on our ancestors. and they took that from us, and they give us the Bible for us to rely on God, which is religion. Religion means to rely on, which is God, and the religion is founded upon God. So we basically relying on God. Religion, or Christian, basically mean to rely on God, or to follow God, or to follow
Well,
Christ. But
why
be,
Mm-hmm.
before
why do
that,
all
we
these
was
And
following.
religions?
who, as in again, yeah.
Before that, we was following the ancestors, our ancestors. But and
And
I'm gonna
paganism
yeah.
and worshiping the earth? They
Yeah.
hate
So
that shit now.
so God
Right.
cannot.
I heard in the groove mention the so-called God's chosen, those Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Some people that think that they're
yeah,
chosen over.
they
Yeah.
not Hebrew. Right, Hebrew Israelites. It's an action that was taken. It's not necessarily a group of people. People get it. They think, oh, it's action. It's a group of people that crossed the river.
It was
That's
a
what
mixed,
Hebrew Israel. That's what Hebrew means. And
mixed multitude they
it's
were.
not some dude. Huh?
You're breaking up, Drew.
I mean, the way I see it, everybody that's here right now in this light, still walking around and breathing, is chosen.
I think
Hebrew just
Right.
means to cross over.
Right. That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's some people that cross over a river. That's it. It's not. Say you want to be. When they say God, they mean Satan's chosen. Satan's chosen. These are Satan's kids.
Yes, and also chosen for sacrifice.
Right. They connected to the fallen planet Saturnian, Saturn moon matrix. So because on the bottom of the planet Saturn, it's a black hexagon. That's why they put those cubes on their head, because they stuck inside of that hexagon. They spirits, whatever they got. I don't think they got souls, but they spirits are stuck in that hexagon up there.
Yep,
Yeah,
a
well,
hex, a spell. Yes.
Trump is their Messiah. So we
And
got that those.
facts. And Naga, you had mentioned the ancestors, yeah, bro. We the ancestors, man. We just keep coming back, man. We them originals, man. This is one thing they want to take away from us too. They try to like wipe our memories of. They can't make you forget. DNA can't be wiped clean, but your memory can. So,
they already took it away. This is the reason why we all Christian now, and Catholics, and Muslims,
right.
ex ancestors, ancestrals, right? None of us ancestrals. None of us, right? None of us have a tradition that connects us to the ancestors. We all have.
Man, I communicate with my ancestors all the time, man.
I feel mine, man.
My ancestors talk to me all the time, man. All the time.
I wouldn't be where I'm at without mine. I can tell you that.
You think that all those millions of Aboriginals that were slaughtered, they just went somewhere? No, they're still here. They want revenge.
I'm living on stomping grounds.
That's not what
Indian
I'm saying.
trails.
What I'm saying is that we had our way as a collective. We had a way that connects us directly to the ancestors, like directly. Like we could go to the ancestors, we could go to the and talk to the ancestors or anything.
Like, that's what you're saying, bro. Yeah, that's what you're saying, bro.
We go to church right now to pray. We go to church to do anything, right? I'm talking about like we had, sometimes, our culture, connect directly to the ancestors, and we love that. Of course, some of us, still, some of us, have a meditative way of connecting to the ancestors, right? But I'm talking about like, we had that connection, where we just leave the body. We just probably just leave the body and go with the ancestors, and we just travel. We basically, we get like, whatever message, what, and we came back, and we did what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? Or the ancestors, probably, come back, come here, possess somebody or body or animate anything, in the reality and give us a message, because we had a connection like that.
Well, everything about our physical nature is ancestral. We wouldn't be here without that. So
they're inside you. They're inside you.
Yeah.
I think I told you that, Naga. I don't know if it was you. I had a vivid dream. I had a vivid dream not too long ago, man. It was a Nubian, a dark complected being, man, sat there and told me, "Hey, we Aboriginals, man. That's who you are." the rest of my life, man. Vivid
All,
dreams
all
of,
memory of all
man, have
time, all life, all existence is within every cell of and every um, torus field of your body, which is
Yeah,
millions and
that's true.
billions.
That's true. But if I had to ask everybody, right now on the panel, if I had to ask you in the 18, hundred, what was your family doing? You know,
Oh
what
yeah,
what was
there's
your
the
family
physical
doing?
connection. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So we you know what I'm saying, we can't deny that we have a barrier when it comes to our history, when it comes to our identity, planet.
Yeah,
We can
our cars take a journey to get here. Yeah.
Yeah, we have that barrier, and our connection with the ancestors, was the gate. Was the gate, for us to identify, for us to know our identity and know who we are on this planet, our connection, and our mission here. And they basically abolish, or did not, well, they basically made that illegal for us to do that, and what
Mm.
they give us in return, was, God. They give us that in return. So this is the reason why I said that, God cannot be the representation for my higher self. Not at all.
Well,
It do
that's
not mean the same thing.
Oh no, God is much different than us. God is
and
much
that's kind of where the
more. Like I tried on my walk home. I think of things and I try to imagine, what it would be to be God. And you look at a field of grass and you imagine each of those blades of grass as an entire life, a life story, like written from beginning to end, like 150, however many years a person lives. And you know every one of those stories of every blade of grass, but we can't even remember one. We don't even remember one blade of grass, but
Well,
God remembers them all.
me personally, I have a first-hand experience. I know what a God is because my grandfather was one. He was a God in the flesh. He was doing supernatural things. My grandfather was doing supernatural things. So I know that what I'm saying, he's a
Well,
God.
we are
I know
God,
that.
little g, but we are not the creator. We are not the all. We are not the all.
it's supernatural. It's funny. It's funny you say that, Naga. Supernatural. Like we already natural beings, so you more natural, supernatural, just natural, natural to the climate, to the to the elements of this planet.
To the max. To the
Supernatural.
max. Yeah. So
well the fact
meaning that we could elevate beyond the physical. So my
Right.
grandfather, he basically, he coached me on that. He didn't give me the knowledge, but he gave me the theory. He gave me the history on it, right? I wasn't old
Facts.
enough, to basically, acquire the knowledge and and put it into practice, but I still, have that connection now as an older, because the way was already prepared for me, so I still have the ability, to connect with him and still, basically, follow the same path, which is the journey of a hero. We all
Right.
heroes and sheroes, you know what I'm saying? So we more than a god, basically. You know what I'm saying? A god, is basically somebody that reached their highest degree in the flesh, but we surpass the flesh. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
We do creator being things every day, man. That's what I was telling Charles the other day. Ain't nothing faster than the speed of thought. Tahuti. So when the pyramids were built, they weren't built with tools. They were built via telekinesis from thought, pulled from the astral realm into the physical. So this is what we do every day. You can think about a grilled cheese sandwich and make it appear within seconds. You know what I'm saying?
well even
no,
just
I basically
conversating with two
I think
people.
me personally, I think it's the ancestors. When that's the thing. Once you have a direct connection with the ancestors. You literally have supernatural power. You could lift up a car by yourself. You could
Right.
do things that people would look like wow, ain't no way he'd be able to do that. Whatever the case may be, because you connected directly, to the power line. You know what I'm saying? So you vibrate, on a different, frequency than everybody else or anything, in the physical. So the ancestors was, very connected, with their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So they had the abilities, just like basically we're talking about how the energy that's coming in right now is going to put us on a level, where we damn near going to be supernatural,
Man, look,
with
man.
our ability.
They,
So that
they
go
were
ahead.
they were so in tune with the cosmos, man. Because if you look at the Orion star constellation, man, it's an Aboriginal, it's an Indian with a damn bow and arrow in his hand, man. That's how that lets you know everything you need to know right there.
Yeah, we have different symbol, that symbolize, different degree of power. Some of them is physical, and some of them is supernatural. But most of the supernatural power, is, I mean, symbols and stuff like that, is hidden, is hidden. So it's not really in plain sight, and even if it's in plain sight, you probably don't even know what it means if you don't have the knowledge. But a lot of, physical, I mean, a lot of symbol, that have physical power,
Well,
they
Right.
what's
they
more
do.
supernatural than holding these cell phones in our hands and talking to people from all over the world? That's in real time. Is
Yeah,
that not
You
supernatural?
Right.
you
that's
basically
spooky stuff.
them basically hearing your voice without the phone and without any device.
Okay, well, I mean, if that's possible, then I mean, where's all these people doing this kind of shit? You know what I mean?
You
I
say
mean,
where?
I hear about random people in India and here and there that can burn paper without touching it and doing all kind of shit like that. But I mean, shit, if I was an elite trying to fucking destroy the world, I'd be focused on trying to tap into that instead of learning how to like turn people into walking
But
TV
that's what they're
antennas and
doing.
shit.
Yeah,
I
That's what they're
know.
I
doing.
want to
Okay,
do what Darth
wait.
did. I want to do what Darth Vader did in the movies. I just want to be able to twist my
The
hand and have
force.
somebody
Yeah,
choke.
yeah, the force, man.
But that's what they're doing. That's why they're studying the outside, civilization. You have a lot of tribe that doesn't that's not assimilate with the with the world. You have a lot of isolated tribes, and
Hey
they study
Naga,
them. They
Naga,
study them all the time.
I gotta
Yeah,
break. I gotta break in here. We're heading on 4 hours, and I just want to let you know I'm gonna wind down the show. This has been a great conversation. I don't want to break it up, but yeah.
yeah, for
I
sure.
appreciate you having me on Sharp. I want to say one more thing real quick. I just want to say something to end the groove real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
You were saying like us being able to discern and see things that others don't see is a form
Right.
of a superpower.
I
That's a
agree. Yeah.
superpower. That's a superpower right there because others can't see what we see. So that's a form of a superpower. But I just
Mm-hmm.
want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I
That's a
Facts.
agree,
good
man.
perspective,
Intuition.
man.
That
Yeah,
makes
That
this
was
has
a
everybody
been
good
understand. That
one.
great.
makes everybody.
I just wish I could run it longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I've
good
got to
one.
go.
Put
It's
it on.
way past my bedtime. Thanks for having me up, G. Good to see you.
Oh,
Nice
absolutely,
talking
Max
to you all.
Vision.
Good
Yeah,
night.
man.
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed myself as usual.
Good. I'm glad, Paul. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah,
Salute to
appreciate you
True
having me.
everybody.
Zone.
Appreciate you
Salute to
having me up.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, this has been great. I'm just wearing out after a while here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Peace out, Naga man. Peace out, everybody.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
bro.
Peace.
Much love and respect. Me myself too. I'm getting up out of there, man. Yeah, once again, but that was a good one, man. That was a good point for us to end the show. Salute and much love and respect. Until next time, man. I'm gonna catch you on the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yes. Love,
absolutely.
respect, and peace.
Yeah, it was great. I hated breaking it up. Oh, yeah, I did. I just hated doing that. And but it's hitting that point. Been sitting here for 4 hours. I loved everything that people brought to the table. I'm probably going to go back and re-listen to a couple of things too. Anyway, you take care. Stay frosty.